Well, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Once again, today, a little Kriesler. Now, I've had this little radio for, I don't know how many years, 10, 12 years, I suppose. I haven't done anything with it at all. We're going to see what's wrong with it. It's in pretty good order. There is a little piece broken just there on one of those uprights. That will glue into place, not a problem. Now, it's a Kriesler, and it's an 1120. Now, these are common. They were everywhere. It's a bit dirty too. They were everywhere. So, it's no big deal, but I thought I've done a few other projects lately that haven't been valve radio related, so I'm itching to get back into the high tension side of things other than electric fences and things. So I thought, yeah, we'll attack this. We'll see how we go. We'll put him on a turntable here. We'll pull him apart, and I'll bring you in closer, and we'll see what we're up against to resurrect this little baby. I'd like to get him going, and hopefully, I say this nearly every time with a valve radio, hopefully it's straightforward. Okay, we'll get into it. Well, there he is, and you can see our little upright piece that's broken just in there. You might be able to see that. The dial, yeah, very dusty, dirty, but that won't stop anything. Round the back, power cord's been cut off. It was like that when I was given the radio. Righto, guys. Well, here's a little bit closer look at him. This is what we're looking at with the dial. And as you can see, needs a bit of a clean, but looking pretty good. Now, this does have short wave on it by the look of that. I have done these radios before, but I just can't remember what's on them. Now, the bit that we have to fix up is a little area there. That fella there. It's a shame, but something's hit that and it's broken. I'm sure super glue and some smoothing off, and that will not be a problem, I would say. Sorry for strobing yous out there. The knobs look very good, actually. They're all in their original knobs. They all look good. Now, as I said, I've had this for 10, 12 years. It was given to me out of a deceased estate. The power cord's been chopped off. That's how it was given to me. It was an old figure 8 by the look of that, and probably falling to pieces. Aerial and earth. Okay, so let's get into him, and we'll try and make a little bit of a shorter video on this one to get him going. One screw in there, and the bottom comes off. And this has had the wax at some stage put in there, which is what they used to do as a warranty protector. Now, that doesn't look like the original screw, certainly not, but obviously doing the job. And we're all going to see, all of us together, the underneath of this first. Normally we go in top first. That is a brass screw, so that could be original. Could be. Washer needs a bit of a tidy up. Anyway, here we go. And we're all going to see what's underneath. Here we go. Okay. Well, one electro's been replaced. Have a couple of mustards there that have obviously been replaced at some stage. One down here, one in here. So this one over here, this has been recapped by the look of this at some stage. the original electro in there, a little 8 microfarad 350 volt. Here's our power cord. Okay, so I can sort of, does it come out? Yeah, boy, yeah, that's not real good. No wonder it was cut off. What do we got? A very crunchy sort of, maybe volume, or, oh yeah, on off. Well, off, doesn't turn back on. Okay, tone, tuning, and, well, I'm not going to move that too much at the moment, and band switching up here. Looks like shortwave 1 AM. That's it on this little fella. All right, we'll get him out of the out of his case. Now we've got one screw down in here, one up here, up the top there, and one over in this corner. Let's undo them, get him out of the box. There we go. And the back, no, he's not that dirty, he's just had black paint in there. Our grill cloth, probably not too bad, probably, don't know whether that's original or not. It may clean up okay, or we may have to put more cloth in there, but yeah, it'll probably clean up. Okay, back to this bit. As you can see, he's fairly ordinary here. Now, dial. Yes, he does move okay. I don't believe it. I don't have a dial cord to fix. Damn. Speaker's good. The speaker is excellent. Okay, what's around the back here? Oh, before we go, there's your valve lineup, ECH35. That'll be your mixer RF. 6G8, 6B8, I think 6B8. Probably the first IF. EL33, which will be your the EL33 will be your audio tube, I guess. Yeah, and the 6X5 for your rectifier. Okay, and we can see the big fella there, the EL33, 6X5 here, and okay, we've got one missing. There's a shield there, and an ECH over here. So, yeah, one missing here, which is a 6B8. I'm sure I would have one of those. So I guess, yeah, I guess primary of the transformer, we'll check to see if it's good. Secondary, the primary of the audio transformer, we'll check it and see if it's good, not open. And then we'll go from there. Boy, it's dirty. There's a lot of dust there. Now, normally when I'm doing these, when I'm starting up doing them, first thing I get rid of is this thing here. So easily broken on something like this. Those lamps have been pretty warm. Gee, yeah, they've been really hot. Now, I think they clip on and actually hold the glass as well. Well, what was supposed to be rubber underneath them is no more. Yeah, she's all brittle, falling apart. Now, I think, what else is holding that glass?
Nothing. Okay, so we'll get this fella off this side. There we go. And bits and pieces are falling off. Get our glass off. Okay. Not too bad on the back, and it is painted on. But let's don't take that for granted that it's going to wipe clean with a wet rag. You got to be careful with these. Okay, it looks like paint, but it could be transferred on there, but it may be paint. Yeah, not sure. Anyway, there's a bit of cleaning up for us. And of course, the typical finish underneath the dial for most of the little HMV radios. And what's it called? Fretting, furling, yeah, something like that. The furry edge, anyway, the fur on it. We may have to redo this one, like a nice, I don't know what colour that was, red or brown or, yeah, it looks terrible. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. All right, now, we'll take our dial cords around there. We'll set him up and see what we can find. Let's get our meter. Ohms. Power comes in here and goes through the switch to the power cord, to the transformer, and there's the transformer. If I can, well, we're looking good anyway. If I can hold and get a good enough connection, 65 ohms. Okay, so sometimes overhead lights are good, sometimes they're a damn nuisance. Depends on what you're trying to do, I guess. But anyway, 65 ohms. So that's looking good for the transformer. The speaker transformer, primary. Now, it's our 6X5, there's our output tube, there is our B+, and there's our blue lead that comes back into the plate. So let's check between those. And look at that, we've got 570 ohm. The tranny's okay. That's good. So that means things may happen. Now, what I will normally replace straight off is the filter caps. So that one will be going, this one will be going. The mustards, probably leave them there. They've all been done, actually. So there mightn't be a hell of a lot to do with this. Power cable, of course. Oh, gee, that doesn't sort of click. We're going to have to take this out, take the back off him and find out why that's not switching. In here, here's a waxy. Someone's missed this one. Up in here, oscillators, aerials. That'll be the AM aerial coil. Yeah, I haven't got the circuit in front of me. I haven't downloaded it yet. Yeah, well, that waxy's got to go, of course. Is there any others? There's these little fellas here, which are, well, hopefully all little mica caps. Hopefully, but you don't know with these. Sometimes these fellas, these square ones, are actually can be paper, or they can split and get moisture in them as well. Hey, okay, we won't know this until we get it fired up, but the wiring, not too bad. There's none of it falling apart. It hasn't been rewired or anything, but the wiring there is fairly pliable. Okay, well, tip him upside down, and we'll check another couple of things. We'll put a filter caps in, we'll put him on the dim bulb and see what happens. First of all, I suppose I've got to find a 6B8 or 6G8 or whatever it is. What does it say? It says a 6G8 or a 6B8. So you can have either. Yeah, it's an 1120. Let's get a circuit. Now, guys, before we do anything, I can hear you out there saying, just plug it in. Okay? Well, let's do that. Okay? So I'll put it through the dim bulb. Let's see. I won't change these caps yet. We like just turning things on and, well, maybe see where the smoke comes from. But, you know, that all adds to the excitement, doesn't it? As well as that, I found a new 6G8, although I think it's new. Oh, look at that. A brand new 6G8G. So we'll put him in to start with. And I'll take a power cord on here. We'll put him through the dim bulb and see what happens. We're going to see if the power switch is actually making contact on this. Otherwise we won't know what's going on. There and there. No, it's not. That power switch is not actually not working. No, the power switch is not working. Okay, so we'll go in on the back end of the power switch there, which will be in the back. Can I get to the back there? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a bit of a bit of a trick. That should work, won't it? It's making contact. Yeah. Right. The dim bulb. We're on number 1 bulb. Okay, so we're on this one. What else is here? So we've bypassed this power switch. Oh, well, let's monitor our HT, of course. Now, ground wire, HT, which will be this fella here. I think he's the main HT. That's HT2 over there, by the look of that. Through that resistor, maybe. No, that's a ground. Here's our HT. Oh, Baz, the cap runs this way. I'm going to get a lead. I'll get a clamp. Okay. There we go. Voltage. Okay, that's on our main HT line now. And it's the coming out of the 6X5, I think it is. All right. We'll put the variac on 100 volts to start with. Okay, let's turn him on, and we're watching. I'll get out of your road here. We're watching that bulb. Okay, here we go. Nothing. We're drawing 6 watts. Nothing yet. But I do have a little bit of a glow on our, well, obviously filaments, on our 6.3 volt line. One of those little dial lamps isn't working. Okay. Watching this. It's our HT. Something's happening. Here she goes. Okay, the variac's on 100 volts. We'll bring it up slowly, as I always do with these. Not much of a HT there yet, but it's activity. It's obviously going up. Righto, let's give her a little bit more. 130. She's not coming up real well, but then again, the filaments would be still very low. So we'll go up a bit more. We're on about 150 there. Starting to come up. Dim bulb is nothing showing there at the moment. 48 volts. Let's try a bit more. Okay, that's 170. Our HT is still very low, but it could be caps reforming. Nothing's hot there. Nothing's hot there. Otherwise, our dim bulb would be on anyway. 76 volts. Okay, let's go a bit more. About 190, 195. I hear a slight buzz. Just hear a slight buzz. And a crackle on the tone control switch. Okay, 220. Dim's come up a little bit there. We're drawing 20 watts, which is about normal. Bit of a crackle. Our HT still gradually coming up, probably cap reforming. Could be that cap reforming. Bit more. 230 volts. Should have something happening by now. You would think. 170 volts on the HT. Now I'm just going to touch the grid of our... Yeah, we have audio. There you go. Just touching the grid. I can't turn this around at the moment to show you, but we do have audio. I could also show you by touching the wiper of the volume control, volume pot. So there you go. We have audio there and nothing else. Aerial maybe? Anything here? Nothing. Not much happening there. It's our HT. 171. Seems to be stable, but that seems to be maybe a little bit low. For me, I'd like about 185, I'd say, on this fella. Nothing yet. Nothing. What do we have here? Any activity? A little bit of activity there, which takes us up to the ECH 35. Yeah, but no activity on... Oh, a little bit on the band change. I don't know which is what on this thing. Hang on. I can hear a little something. Yes. I can hear. And our tone works. That's I am. Okay. We'll go right up this end. Got ABC. No, the ABC might be at the other end. Yes, a little bit there. Very low volume. And yeah, nothing else. We've got one local station. And that's it. And nothing when you let the aerial off. Okay, so it actually works. It is getting something. We know everything's working. I'll flick it to the second dim bulb, which is also lighting up there. And that's giving us a little bit of okay, that's revving us up a little bit there. So we know she's working. Not very well, but probably we do have hum, which I don't know whether you can hear that. I'll put the mic over there. Okay, you may have heard that. So I'd say the filter caps, and that would account for what's happening here. This has come up a bit now. I like where that's going, since we've gone on to the 70-watt globe over there. Okay, well, we'll come back to this. I will solder up a temporary mains cable. We'll turn him up the other way. I'll now change the caps, and we'll get some real voltage readings. I'll drag out the circuit, and yeah, we'll go from there. We can do this, fella. It might be a quick one. Thank God. Righto guys, I thought we'd, just before I do everything, I'm just about to cut these out. I've got a little mud map here that I've had from years and years ago with one of these. Actually, it's upside down, but it's the same orientation as this. So this fella up here is our shortwave oscillator coil, and this one over here is our broadcast antenna, our shortwave antenna coil, our broadcast oscillator. Okay, so there's a trimmer cap over on this side here, which is broadcast antenna trim, and then I've got up here, which is a little bit different radio, obviously, broadcast oscillator, but this one here actually goes that goes into he's wired into our shortwave oscillator coil. So I've just got to work those out. Anyway, we'll do that. Now, as you can see, there's a waxy here, and there's one right up in here. We've got to get him, that is for sure. So 2 waxies there have been, well, probably never changed, maybe deliberate, maybe just missed them. Let's start with these 2. I'm going to get it out, and we'll check them. We'll have a look and see what they measure. All the voltages have died down. She's been off for a little while, and I've made sure there's no voltage on any of these. Fairly old, crusty solder there. Oh, yeah. Now, that goes... it goes down here. Now, obviously, this is a negative bias we're looking at. So, before I remove that, I want to show you something. We don't have any voltages on this chart, but this is what we're looking at. Okay. So this is the cap we're looking at the moment, I think. No? Is it? Is it? No, it's this one here. Yeah, it goes to a center tap and comes over here, and yeah, there's a negative bias there running up for, yeah, to our negative line back here. That is definitely the cap that I'm working on now. Okay, so he goes down here, then goes through a fairly big resistor. Now that resistor is mounted on the top of the chassis. I can show you that in a minute. Then that's the other cap, our 8 microfarad up here, that hasn't been changed. But at the moment, this is where this one goes, and that's the overall circuit. That's what we're looking at the moment. You guys probably know all about these. This is a very common radio, but there'll be some guys out there that have maybe never seen this before. 455 kilohertz on the IF, so that'll be fairly easy. No voltages anywhere. Okay, so we do have some more tech information here. And this is just another sort of circuit. But we can see down here where we've got our B plus filtered 240 volts or 235. What is it there? Yeah, sorry, 240 in. 235 volts at 35 milliamps if you wanted to measure that. 6.3 on the heaters and the dialites. And here's our voltages on our valves or tubes. Depends on where you are in the world. So, yeah, we'll go through all these and just make sure everything's right. But at the moment, right here, we're looking at 235 volts on the DC. So we weren't that far off. It was in around, what was it, 220 or something. So I'm pretty sure the ripple will disappear, the hum, and our voltage will come up once we change these two. That cap's obviously been changed before because there's a little bit of a tag left here from the last one. Bit of a tail. Just get him out. There we go. That's been cut off, and the other one cut off, and this one just tacked in there. He's a 24 mic. I'll just double check and see if that's what is supposed to be in there. Okay, now according to the circuit, which is, this is a little bit different circuit actually, because I've got the values of the parts down the bottom. It's the same circuit, just, yeah, rearranged a little bit differently. But from the center tap of the transformer, we go up here, and that's the cap there. It's C110, and it's the same number on the other circuit. As I said, it's just a different orientation. C110, and C110 down here is an electro, and he's 30 microfarad at 350. So maybe rather than a 24 mic or 22, I'll put in a 33 in there. Fairly high capacitance for a cap in that spot, but that's what it says. 30 mic. Okay, we'll round up a 33, and hopefully I've got one high enough rated. Okay, well I don't have any axial caps, so this little radio will have to do. 33 mic at 350. Got a little bit of sleeve on him there, position him down here, and I'll have to extend this piece of wire up to this point and just put some heat shrink on him. So about all I can do there. But that'll look okay. Won't be quite original, but it will look okay. Otherwise, I could restuff this one. But, yeah, no, I won't. I should, you know, but I won't. We've got to measure this yet, too. There we go. Okay, now, oh, that cap's not looking very nice. And I don't think this, my iron's probably not big enough for this. We're probably going to have to J-hook this fella, because there's going to be problems trying to get onto the chassis there. I can't use my little torch or anything because it's in amongst other wiring. So for the time being, until we work out what we're doing here, we'll chop him off, and there he is. As you can see, probably not the best cap. 8 mic at 350, and it's a Duke on. So then we can put some of these back in. This is a bit of a strange arrangement, this. Yeah, we might try and get this a little bit better here. I'll test that resistor before we solder him back in too. Right guys, now what I've done here, I've fitted the other cap positive onto the plate of our output tube, to the transformer. There's our plate, the blue wire from the transformer. It goes to ground. I J-hooked it here to ground, so yeah, a lot easier than trying to unsolder this. But we've got a little bit neater fitting. Check this resistor. It's a 15k. It's a bed resistor, as they call them, body and dot. So you got the body, which is brown, which is 1, the end, which is green, which is 5, and orange is 3 zeros, so 15k. And he reads 14.9k. So I haven't checked anything else around the area, but that fella's okay before I soldered him back in. Now, what we've done here is I've taken the lead off the volume pot, the switch pot, because I have to fix it anyway. So I've rearranged it over here onto the tag strip, put in this power cord, soldered just across the transformer there. The 2 transformer wires are there and there. This cap's in, of course, as you saw. So now we'll fire it up and we'll check our HT initially. We're looking for 235 volts. So if we can get close to that, we know we can proceed with the rest of the restoration and check voltages and check resistors and everything. I'll do a lot of this off camera. There's no need to go through all this again. So these are a pretty basic, straightforward set. Okay, so I'll set up the meter now and we'll turn him on and check our HT right there. We'll turn him on, everything looks right. So here we go. We're using this 70-watt lamp over here. So this is the one over this side that we're watching. Okay, here we go. Comes up, dims out. That's nice. Looking good so far. Okay, watch our HT on the meter. I can hear an audio hum. So our audio's up already. Now, bearing in mind this 6X5 may be a little bit doughy as well, but yeah, he's not coming up as nicely as it should be, but we might take him off dim bulb in a minute. And
something's gone missing there. Anyway.
We've got things happening there, and we'll bypass. Here we go. There we go. We're looking at 235, 40, 50, 260, fairly high. 265 on the HT. A little bit too high. 266.
32, 34,000. The joint just a sea of neon white.
And that's...
For our listeners, great support. Would you rather be going to Melbourne for a qualifying final?
Yeah, 267. Yeah, we'll have to recheck this, unless I misread something, but it was 235 was the HT. 267 seems excessively high for that. But anyway, we'll check it. We've got a 400 volt cap in there, the 10 mic at 400, and the 350, the 33 mic at 350. Okay. Anyway, that's an initial test. We'll come back soon. I'll do a little bit more reading and research on the actual exact model. It should be an 1120, but there may be. Righto, guys. Well, we just checked again. Now I've got that running off the dim bulb. She's running direct. We're on 269. It's gradually climbing. We're getting up towards 270, and probably will by the time things settle. There we go, 270. 270. Fairly high HT, but look here. Okay, 6x5, which is where we are. The B plus at the cathode is 275. Okay, so that's your typical voltage. There she is, 275. And that's the point where we're on now, and it's 271. So yeah, we're right. And if I touch the antenna,
yeah, I think to be honest, Graham,
that certainly it's got some go in it. That's for sure. Alrighty, I'll check all the resistors now, and I'll come back and we'll work out the next step. This is going to be an easy one. We've replaced the paper cap in there, one in there. Those are just in the oscillator and the aerial coil circuit. Everything else looks okay. I've measured most of the resistors. Strangely enough, I can't find a faulty resistor. I'll keep looking, but anyway, we're going to fire it up now to make sure everything's right, and probably clean the band switch and see if we got anything at all on the shortwave band. I don't know whether it's working or not. So we'll turn him on. That's not on the dim bulb at the moment. That's just direct AC in, 240 in. And here she comes, coming up. And I have also just joined onto the antenna wire. I've got rid of the earth wire, just put a little bit of white wire on the antenna, just so it's got something there. And as you can see, and yes, I still have heaps of interference in here, but everything is working. Okay, that's very good. Now, I want to clean this. Well, that's fairly clean, that switch, but I'll probably take it out and clean up the whole thing. I've got to remove the excuse me. I've got to remove the pot and fix up the switch, and this up here, this dodgy band switch. We need to do something with that. Just hang with me there. Okay, so in a previous video, a guy asked me what cleaning solution I use for doing the contacts, the pots and everything. Now, this is stuff I've had for years. I think I bought 50 cans of it a few years back, and that's what it is. Okay, so you can't buy this anymore, as far as I know. NCH Corporation. Now, I don't know, you may be able to buy it. I've just got that much of it that I just keep using it. It's probably got a danger warning and everything else now, but there it is. And there it is there if you want to take a screenshot. And that's there. So yes, it says it's keep away from eyes and skin and all that. It certainly works very well. That's what makes me think you probably can't buy it anymore. Now, we'll just give that a little bit of a... Okay, we're on shortwave there. It's gone very quiet. I'll just take a bit of an end off the aerial lead here so I can grab hold of it. Ah, oh, gee. What sort of wire did I get? Right. Now, I'll probably need an outside antenna for this. It's extremely quiet. In fact, there's nothing on shortwave. Now, we may have an oscillator problem. We may have another problem. It's AM. I'm sure the switch is working okay there. Like nothing. No. There's nothing there at all. So we'll have to put the SIG-gen in and yeah, look what is going on in that area. I'm not sure, but there's certainly the oscillator may not be going. The shortwave oscillator up here. Where is he? Here, I think. I think that's him. Don't know, one of these. And yeah, we'll chase that a bit further. But anyway, AM at the moment is going fine. Now we'll look for 2CR, which is the ABC, down this way. I don't know which end of the dial it is. Must be up the other end. Let's have a listen up this end. And no, we don't have it. So it's 549. Bit strange that we're not getting that. But anyway, that'll all be revealed in the alignment. Righto, we'll leave this. I'm going to take this thing out and get the compressor on it, blow it out, and clean the whole thing up a bit. So we'll do that, and I'll be back with the next bit. I've noticed the grommets down here on that holds the tuning gang and this assembly is pretty ordinary. So we'll probably change those as well.
Well, guys, we're going to end the video there. This is this is the same radio. Yes, I'm cleaning it up, and like me, I go right out to strip things down and do it again. So this is going to be another video. There's not a hell of a lot to do. I've got a few pieces. It's all recorded, but we'll put this in the second part, and I'll show you why this bit's gone. This bit at the front. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right. There's the end of part one. Part two should finish it off. We've just got to do a few things and alignment, hopefully. So, yeah, we'll catch you on the next one, which will be very shortly, probably within a day or so. Okay, bye for now.